Hello and welcome to the CSGO Pro podcast. I'm your host Tyler and I am back with a bonus episode today. Due to tight scheduling and a bunch of other stuff going on, we have decided to temporarily postpone the regular podcast to Sundays now. And it's going to be great. We're going to have everybody there. We're going to have our diverse opinions and we're going to dive into all the topics. But today I'm here with the bonus cast for one thing to announce that, and also to talk about the ESL Pro League. And this Pro League has been going on for just over a week now, I'm pretty sure. And there's been some crazy stuff going on, so let's just jump into it. And I would say let's start off with the surprise. Cloud9 is 6-0 right now. They beat Team Liquid, they beat Immortals, and they beat Optic. And that is just crazy. And another team that's also been just as good as they have is Echo Fox, which has former Cloud9 players Sean Garrers and Freakazoid on it. And Freakazoid and Sean Garrers got tired of losing with Cloud9, so they switched and they left. And now they're on Echo Fox, and both teams are undefeated. And their first match, Echo Fox against Cloud9, is going to be on September 20th. So that's a match to look out for, because if they keep this winning streak up, they're both 6-0, they could possibly be 12-0 before then. Let me check let me confirm that. Cloud9 can actually be much more. But still, either way, they have done really good right now. And a team that's kind of been a letdown, I would say, Team Liquid. They lost their first 4 matches in a row, and they just beat Optic. First game was a huge win. They needed it because they needed for the confidence, and they need the wins, obviously. They beat them 16-3, but the second one went into, I think it was double overtime, and they beat Optic 22-20. So, I'm just thinking that Liquid just needs to get adjusted with Pimp. That's simple as that. Oh my gosh, puns, man. It wasn't even intentional. Please don't hurt me. But anyways, EU have even more big stuff. FaZe Clan is 7-0-1. They beat Team X. They beat Virtus Pro. They beat G2, and they split with Envious. So, it's just crazy. The scores weren't even that close. Virtus Pro, 16-8, 16-5. Envious, they beat 16-10, but then lost 6-16, so it was a pretty even matchup. Envious has been doing much better recently, and I expect them to actually make the quarters if they make the next tournament, so can't wait to see that go down. And G2, who's another crazy good team, they beat them 16-12, 16-12. So I think FaZe Clan and all the moves they've been making secretly are going to make them a great team. I expect them to go far and deep into the next tournament. And comment or review and tell me what you think about FaZe Clan. Do you think they're going to go far? Do you think they're not going to? Because Alu is on their team, and that is one of the major reasons why they're doing so good. They have a very diverse team of 4 different countries, and it's crazy. They have Kiyoshima, a former player of Envious, and I think it was LDLC. They have AZ, who's really good. They have Rain, who's really good. Alu, well, he's from NIP, and NIP is crazy good. So it's just their diversity is so great. And technically it's 5 countries if you include the coach, but it's working though. They're 7-0-1. They're doing great, outstanding, and it's just awesome for them. And a team that's undefeated is Navi. They're 4-0. They beat Astralis 16-7, 16-6, and they beat G2 16-12, 16-11. So I think Navi can go very far. Their upcoming matches aren't too tough. They have Flipside twice, and then they have Envious twice, but then they're facing the new Fnatic, which I expect them to beat as well. But after all that, they could still be undefeated. They could be 10-0. They're going to face FaZe, which FaZe has been the best team so far. They've had a really tough schedule. But with Simple, I think Simple and Navi, that's why they're winning now, because they made the necessary changes to go far in tournaments and even in this Pro League regular season. And that's been a huge story. It's just Navi's a way to adjust. They're so professional. You can't be disorganized if you expect to win. And you shouldn't just expect to win. You got to try really hard. And a team that's been okay, they should have done better, is Virtus Pro. They lost to FaZe Clan twice. They lost to NIP once, but then beat NIP in overtime earlier. They beat Team X. They're 3-0-3. Not too much from them. They were doing crazy good recently, but not anymore. I just don't understand why they haven't been doing as good. I think they just think it's the regular season. Oh, it doesn't matter. I just don't even know what to say. They should be doing a little bit better. It just seems like not doing that great. They're on a 2-game winning streak though, so that's notable, I guess. And Envious and Fnatic, the new Fnatic, obviously, is the only other team to be undefeated in the EU. and they beat Mouse 16-12, 16-14. So that's a good start. That's a good start for them to beat Mouse, because Mouse is a fairly good team. Mouse beating Envious at the last major, the group stage. So I think that's very interesting. And some of the teams haven't played yet, so I would watch out for them. But a team that has just done horrible, Selfless Gaming, I question their major status. They lost to Echo Fox 13-16, 14-16. Echo Fox being really good. You know, whatever. Doesn't really matter. But Immortals, they lost to Immortals 1-16 and 8-16. It was really embarrassing. Immortals isn't even that great of a team, and they really enjoyed that victory. Immortals right now, it's 4-0-4. 4 wins, 4 losses. Big losses to Cloud9, because Cloud9 has actually been crazy good. Cloud9 is just, I don't know what to say. They made necessary changes with Automatic. Just so great. Automatic, Stewie, Nothing, Shroud, and Skadoodle. Great team. Cloud9, they could actually go far in the next tournament. I don't think they're going to make the quarters, though. They're just too young. They need to get settled more. They're going to get too confident. But that'd be nice if they could. Liquid has just not been doing good at all. They lost to Cloud9, and they only beat some really okay teams. A lot of teams haven't played yet. SK hasn't played yet. SK is coming up next Monday versus Liquid. I expect SK to beat them by a lot, because Liquid has just been out of sorts recently. It seems like Envious, well, let me rephrase that. It seems like what happened to Envious is happening to them. Envious, good, they won a major, whatever, they got far. And then after, down in the dumps. Envious recently has been good, but I mean, I think that whole time period of a couple months of just decline is going to happen to Liquid. They have to get readjusted, and they have to start doing better. But Envious is doing really good, so that's great. What's another notable team? Splice, 1-0-1, doing okay. A lot of teams that haven't played yet that are good include Counter Logic, you have SK, and a team that people are sort of upset about because of their roster changes is Winter Fox. They haven't played yet, so it's going to be interesting, because they made roster changes, and a lot of people thought they were going to be like against the rules and stuff, but turns out they got in. People were questioning ESL, maybe bribery, I don't know. But in the EU, basically every team has played except Penta, but Penta isn't really that big of a team, I guess. Threat. But G2, very good, but in this Pro League, they have not been doing good. They have played 8 matches, they have 2 wins, 6 losses. It is not great for them. They lost 6 in a row to start, but then they beat Hellraisers, but Hellraisers just, well, they're Hellraisers. And it's just kind of sad that they're not doing a little bit better, because they have so much potential and stuff. And they have Scream, obviously, who's really good. They lost to Navi 12-16, 11-16. They lost to FaZe 12-16, 12-16. They lost to Envious 14-16, 6-16. They finally beat Hellraisers. They caught a break. They're going to face new Fnatic. Hopefully they can win that game. If they lose to Fnatic, the new Fnatic, they're going to be in trouble. I kind of feel bad for Godsent, though, because they didn't beat Virtus.pro to get in, so now they're just on the sidelines. And they're really good. They're full of talent. They're full of strategy. It's just it was too soon. If they were going to make a major roster change, they should have done it earlier. It's kind of unfair to them because it was so sudden, and they weren't all equipped to play against Virtus.pro for the wildcard spot of the Pro League. But I think they're going to be doing fine, all these teams. Some might be in a slump. Some might just have lucky matches, or easy matches, actually. But Echo Fox and Cloud9 been doing good, no question about that. FaZe has been doing really good. NIP, another team that has just been, I guess, surprising, because NIP is a relatively older team, I guess you would say. Their players are a little bit older. They have a little more experience, especially with Forrest. Forrest is one of the best players of all time, and Forrest can still compete crazily these days. They beat Virtus.pro, they lost to Virtus.pro, they beat Team X twice. They beat Dignitas, they lost to Dignitas, they lost to Envious, they beat Envious. So they've been doing a little bit average. They're 5-0-3 though. That's good to be positive. I can't wait to the end of the season, because you're going to see a lot of teams come from the ashes, I'm going to say. And I think that Cloud9 is going to end up first, because Echo Fox, I don't think their team is as good, even though they have Sean Garrison and Freakazoid, former members of Cloud9. That match is going to be decisive. Whoever wins those 2 maps against each other is going to basically decide NA, because Cloud9 and Echo Fox, they're on top, and I think they're going to keep winning until they play each other, and then it's going to be an all-out war. Former, I guess, friends. So that's going to be a very good match to watch. Another good match to watch, I would say. Let's see here. Navi has some good matches coming up that I would watch. I already said them with FaZe, because FaZe is a good team, Navi's a good team. You want to test them. You want to give them a test. I think Navi would come out on top, theoretically. It would be a very close game, I would say, like 16-11, 16-10. I think Navi's still going to do better. It could be even 16-13, but Navi's still going to win. No doubt about that for me. Just Navi has more talent on their roster. FaZe is newer, they're in transition. They got a lot of lucky matches, but I just don't think they can pull it. And that was a great match for Navi to play, I think. And Virtus Pro, another good team. A team I would like to see them play. Ooh, New Fnatic. They're going to face them next, not next Tuesday, September 13th. That's a while from now. But they're going to face them, and I think that'll be an interesting match to see the New Fnatic players play against Virtus Pro. And it's just going to show what the New Fnatic is ready for, because they've won two, not really big games. They were close, but whatever. Not a big deal. G2 has some good matches coming up. They're going to be facing Dignitas. I think that'd be a good match because they haven't been doing so good. And if they can beat Dignitas, that'd be a good sign, because Dignitas has been really good recently in these tournaments. What with them and beating Astralis, and I thought that was a great match for them. Dignitas has actually been doing good. They lost to Mouse 14-16, 14-16, so that's really gotta suck when you're 2 rounds away. But they did beat NIP, but lost to NIP again, so they split that. A good match for Dignitas, an even match, I would say, would be New Fnatic. And a rematch of Astralis Dignitas would be great, because in the tournament, Dignitas beat them, but then Dignitas lost. The next major is so far away. We're going to have tons of podcast episodes out from now until then. And a quick little thank you from you guys. This is just a short podcast. I want to keep it very short, concise, just an update on the ESL Pro League. Just something you can listen to in your car. And I got to tell you that teams that are going to win, I think, right now, FaZe first. Yep, Echo Fox and Cloud9 are first. And Navi's going to climb the ladder, and I think Navi might win it all in EU, and I think either Cloud9 or Echo Fox is going to win in NA. But when the real test comes, they're going to have to face SK, and SK might come out on top. It's just so tight. It's hard to make predictions. I don't know. But, yeah. And thank you so much for listening. Just short 13-minute podcast or so. Wanted to just give you the updates on ESL Pro League. Hope you enjoyed. Catch our weekend podcast, which will be a full hour. We promise you we're going to have maybe even over that, because we've been not filming for so long. We just had such busy schedules. They're working on projects for CSGO. We really want to help the listener enjoy this podcast as much as possible. We have 280 plays. It's just so awesome. So, thank you for listening. Please subscribe. On iTunes? Yeah. And then on Soundcloud, I forgot what you do. What do we do? Oh, yeah, you follow us. There you go. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're North American. Subscribe if you're European. Don't subscribe if you're not from this planet. I'll see you later. This is Tyler, and I'm signing off for the CSGO Pro Podcast. See you on Sunday.